Wow. Just look at this background, folks. No wind, 50 degrees air temp, 1.5 number 8 with a Kitec, slightly beat up Kitec, but it still looks elegant, man. Look at this. 2.3 pound ester line. What is this? 2 feet of leader. This is the 2024 Vanilla Luvius, and this is graphite leader Beleza UX. This says 6'2" super ultralight tubular. 6'2" super ultralight tubular. Super ultra light, folks. Talk about lining up a bunch of adjectives. Light power. It's light is already an adjective, right? So, okay, light power is light power. It's very intuitive. I like light power. It sounds so clean and easy to understand. Then we have ultralight power. We jumped from light directly to ultralight. I wish there was like light and lighter. Instead of from light, we jumping directly to ultralight. Seems like an extreme jump there. But then ultralight is not enough. This rod is super ultralight. So ultralight is softer than light, but super ultralight is softer than ultralight. So then super ultralight is 2 entire levels softer than light. Victor, I don't know where you're going with this, but it sounds ridiculous. Well, I'm going somewhere. Going somewhere because every now and then, and by the way, I'm not American, but the expression is every now and then. It's not every now and again. Why do people, that makes no sense, every now and again? That makes zero sense. Stop saying every now and again. It's every now and then. Every now and then, folks, I'm gonna get a question or comment on one of these super ultralight and extra ultralight rods, and I'm not gonna tell you what extra ultralight is. That's too much even for me. We're not going there now. But I'm gonna get a comment or question on one of these very soft rods. Hey, Victor, great review. Will this rod be able to handle black bass? Or will this rod be able to handle like an 18-inch trout? I fish in rivers. I'm catching 18 and 20-inch trout. Will this rod be able to handle that? And I just I don't know what to tell these people. I don't know what they want me to tell them. Do you expect me to say yeah, it will handle 20-inch trout just fine. It will handle 6-inch bluegill, and it will handle also the 20-inch trout just fine. And on this rod, I actually got a comment which should still be in the comment section of the rod. But the comment said, I bought this rod because of Victor, and a very nice rod, very nice bend, very sensitive, but I caught an 18-inch trout in our river, and it completely overpowered this rod here, the super ultralight Beleza UX. and it kind of overpower. I apologize, I'm not quoting the text exactly, but this is kind of the intention that it was creating. Yeah, nice rod, sensitive, good bend, but I caught this 18-inch trout in our river, and it overpowered the rod, and I wish it had a little bit more power. And it sounds like just normal feedback. People appreciated. People gave him a couple of thumbs up. Useful feedback, right? Except that to me, this sounds like an absurd statement. That when I see this, and especially I know the people. Some of them are very good customers, very good supporters, long time, many years supporters. So I don't want to say anything that sounds disrespectful, and I don't know, but they expect me to reply, I guess. I just don't know what to say. So I'm going to make this video to cover these cases, because these questions to me don't make any sense. And I think I figured a way to demonstrate the exact same principle, but make it obvious. But let me find some fish here, because I want to make a very short, like a 5-minute video, and make it uncut and just post it without a lot of editing. But I thought of this example. Imagine I start selling line, okay, which one day I might. Imagine I start selling a 6-pound mono, okay, and I make a video about the line, and somebody goes and leaves a comment in the description under the video, and it says, I bought Victor's line, very nice line, thin and sensitive, but I put 10 pounds on the line and the line broke. And it's very nice line, but I wish it didn't break when I put 10 pounds load on it. I wish it wouldn't break with 10 pounds. Now, if I put it like this, I hope that you guys see the problem here. I hope. I'm sure not everybody will see the problem, but I just hope that most people would reply to that gentleman in this hypothetical situation. Buddy, why did you expect 6-pound line not to break under 10-pound load? I'm not sure. Why did you expect that? And even if it did, let's say you put 10 pounds on the 6-pound line, if it didn't break, that would make it a 10-pound line, wouldn't it? Then the label of the line, you would say, oh, that's good, but then the label of the line would be misleading, maybe for the good, but the point is more important here, that you can't expect 6-pound line not to break with a 10-pound load. It doesn't matter if it will break or it won't break. You can't expect it. If it does sustain 10-pound load, that by definition would mean that it has 10-pound breaking strength. Maybe the diameter, I'm not going on that tangent. This is not about line. You see the problem, and everybody would say, but would think that this guy, I don't know why he's posting this. That doesn't make any sense. Why do you just post this to trigger some kind of comments here? But when somebody says that a super ultralight got overpowered by a, I don't know, 3-pound bass or by an 18-inch trout in a river, you guys take this as a useful information and you leave thumbs up. And I don't want to, I don't reply to this. I try to avoid them because I don't want to be disrespectful, but to me these comments don't make sense. If the rod is super ultralight, do not expect it. At least don't expect it. Maybe it will be, but at least don't expect it to have the power of a light power rod. Okay, the label says, read it, 622 SUL. The label says super ultralight. Why do you expect this rod to have light power? It doesn't make sense, right? And all of these people who ask me, hey, will this rod be able to handle some black bass and some 18-inch trout and 20-inch trout and all of that? I don't know, what do you guys want me to tell you? That it can handle an 18-inch trout, so you can put your braid here on the spool and cinch up the drag and horse an 18-inch trout in a river with a super ultralight? There's so many conflict in this sentence. How are we gonna horse such a powerful fish in current with a super ultralight rod and then call the rod super ultralight? Doesn't make sense. It's like saying I bought this Corvette, very fast car, 200 miles per hour, 8 seconds on the quarter mile, but my gosh, I put a 10,000 trailer on it and it just crushed the hitch and dropped on the ground. And then when I finally attached the trailer to the Corvette, I put it in gear and the transmission popped. And then you go on the forum and say, this Corvette, very nice car, very fast, but I wish it could tow at least 10,000 pounds. It's very easy to see like this because you guys are used to. But with this, in fishing with these powers and this kind of stuff, when people say these things, then you don't notice them. Then you say, yeah, it would be nice to have a super ultralight power that, on a good day, if you have nothing else, you can catch a few carp with it too. Anyway, that's my story. I wish I caught more than one fish in the story, but I do want to make the video unedited. So I'm just gonna post it like this. That's my point. Super ultralight will not handle black bass and big trout in current. And if it did, that doesn't make it an amazing super ultralight. All that would mean, if you were able to overpower a big fish with a super ultralight, all that would mean is that the label on the rod was defective. The label was wrong. Your rod was not amazing. Super ultralight, the meat of the power, the meat of the range, the exact middle, you can see this. Crappie, it's even, the water is very cold and the rod is bending. It does have a little bit spare power. I feel that I can probably catch a 11 and 12 inch crappie and then the rod would bend perfectly. But yeah, super ultralight, folks, will load optimally with a 10-inch crappie in normal water temperature. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.